The Rhatigan Student Center has been at the center of campus life for more than 50 years. Long before there was a building, students gathered in the Alibi Room snack bar. When students outgrew the small room, they voted to increase their student fees to pay for a new building in 1946. After 16 years of collecting student fees, construction of the new building began in February of 1958.
The idea of being able to have a space to get together, to have an opportunity to interact with your fellow students, with the faculty and staff, and with leaders in the community. That was the idea.
The 70,000 square foot Campus Activity Center opened its doors on May 11, 1959. Students and staff celebrated with an open house, a banquet ceremony, and the burial of a time capsule. The CAC building soon became an integral part of campus life. During the 1960s, the Student Union became a central gathering spot for activities and programs, as well as student protests and demonstrations. In 1969, the CAC was expanded to accommodate the growing student population.
Being an urban university, this was really the gathering spot. This was the glue that I like to call it the glue that holds the school together. And to be, if you wanted to be involved in the university, this was the place to do it. And it was the only place to do it. And the people that you would meet there, the faculty members, administration of the CAC, that's where everybody gathered. And it was a good spot.
The word center is in there, and at one time I believed it was a center. And the center carries with it lots of connotations. It was a center of activity, that's for sure. I used it every day. And I used it to go to meetings many times, but mostly I went there at noon for my intended 1 hour lunch with faculty and or students. Often I'd get back to my office at 2 o'clock. A lot of business went on in my end of the university over there at lunch. This is how I got to know many, many faculty. This is how I got to learn from them what student problems they saw. So I met with students regularly to hash over some issue. Occasionally I go over alone and pretty soon be talking to a table full of strangers, come back with a whole new list of names of people that you didn't know before. It was a treasure to me.
In 1978, CAC Director William Glenn and Activities Director Marshall Williams retired after nearly 22 years at the Campus Activities Center.
The CAC has meant so much to me because it was 20 years of my life. And the people, places, experiences are a part of me. Maybe there's a little part of me in the Activity Center, but there's a lot of the Activity Center in me. The people and experiences, people we met, and friendships we developed I treasure, and it's enriched my life. That's probably one of the biggest things, is just an enriching experience.
Under the guidance of new director William Bill Smith, the CAC was updated for the first time since it opened. Meeting rooms, lounges, and eating areas were renovated and remodeled to accommodate the changing needs of students.
The facility is so much better now because of the work that they put into it, the leadership they showed, and the students have put a lot of money into it. I think it's one of the things that this generation has to realize, is that previous generations paid student fees to improve the facility so they could enjoy it, and now it's up to them to pay those same fees so a succeeding generation can enjoy it.
With the help of the CAC, the Student Activities Council flourished and grew into one of the largest student organizations on campus. Students planned, organized, and promoted hundreds of events every year.
From an outsider's point of view, we would do about 100 programs a year, wide variety of, like I said, films, concerts, comedians. I think the best part of who we are is a student development side. It's the leadership training. It's guiding people to learn new things about themselves, learn about the world of work. Even though we're part of the classroom or out of the classroom, we're definitely an educational component of the university. And for me, and hopefully for the other staff and students, that's been our #1 priority, is developing people to be good citizens.
You want to get more out of a college education than just classroom work. And I knew that I was missing that, but I wasn't sure, where, as a non-traditional student, where I fit into the scheme of things. And so activities for me was just very welcoming. And it wasn't only open to traditional students, it was open to non-traditional students, it was open to anyone. And I really liked that.
The Campus Activities Center is also home to the Student Government Association, dining services, the University Bookstore, and the internationally known Shocker bowling teams. In 1997, the Campus Activities Center was renamed the Rhatigan Student Center. The name change honored former Vice President of Student Affairs and Dean of Students, Jim Rhatigan. Throughout the next 10 years, the RSC went through some major renovations, including the bookstore, the rec center, and several meeting rooms.
We try to make sure we maintain and have a vibrant student union for the campus at Wichita State University. For a metropolitan university in our student union, it is really very well respected throughout the Midwest. We're not being a traditional campus where we have a lot of students that live on campus, but it provides the services, and we're drawing larger and larger crowds into the Student Center.
In 2008, RSC Director Bill Smith retired after 30 years. In honor of his service to the Student Union, the Recreation Center was named the William H. Smith Bowling and Recreation Center.
I always enjoyed coming to work every day because I enjoyed my relationship with students, and I look forward to doing that. And I spent a lot of time walking through the building and sitting down and talking to students and trying to find out, who they were and why they were at Wichita State, and how were things going, and how could we do a better job in the Rhatigan Student Center to provide them with for their particular needs. So I think you always have to build that kind of relationship.
A year after Bill Smith's retirement, the RSC Board of Directors named Jim Herman as the new RSC Director. On May 11, 2009, the Rhatigan Student Center celebrated its 50th anniversary. Former and current faculty, staff, and students were invited to honor the building's birthday and rich history. The celebratory events included a historical art display, birthday parties, and the excavation of the 1959 time capsule. The 50th anniversary celebration concluded in October when students and staff sealed another time capsule to be opened in 2059. For the last 50 years, the Rhatigan Student Center has been the heart of campus life at Wichita State University. To many students, faculty, and staff, the RSC has been more than just a building. It's been a quintessential symbol of campus life. It's our intention to continue this tradition for future Shockers.
Been very lucky to have the support of the students. The students have always been behind the Rhatigan Student Center. I think the thing I pride myself on is to have them very involved as our board, students within the building, to take time to share with them what's going on, because I truly believe it's their building. We're just stewards of their facility. It's for them, is what that building is.